I am Dia. I am the culinary expert for Tupperware US and Canada, and today I'm here with Luciano Garcia, and he is the product manager for US and Canada.
And we're here to talk to you about something very exciting, the brand new Tupperware Chef Series Pyrrha Knives.
So being in the kitchen as often as I am, it's so important to have a sharp knife. And you know what they say, a sharp knife is a chef's best friend. So Luciano, why don't you talk to us a little bit about these knives and what they include in the set?
I would love to show you, Dia. So our Chef Series Pyrrha Knife set includes of 9 pieces, plus the block. You get a chef's knife, a carving knife, a bread knife, a filleting knife, a serrated utility knife, a utility knife, a paring knife, a curved paring knife, and kitchen shears.
So if we take a minute to look at this blade, it's really a truly beautiful knife. And the first thing you're gonna notice is that hammered pattern. And what that does is that it minimizes the resistance while cutting. So when you're cutting food, your food actually won't stick to the blade.
The blade is a forged blade, which means that they hold an edge extremely well because they're molded and hammered into the perfect shape and thickness.
Looking at the knife as a complete instrument from the tip to the tang, we have the cutting edge, we have the spine, which is the flat side, and we have the heel, which is where the blade is the widest. Then we have the bolster, which is where the handle meets the blade. And of course, we have our ergonomic handle, which helps us cut safely.
Why don't we tell our audience what's the correct way to cut with a knife?
Sure. So I like to take my thumb and my index and pinch the blade.
Okay.
So that way you have complete control of the blade. You want to resist the urge of doing this. This isn't going to do you any favors, and it's actually going to tilt the blade a little bit. So you want to pinch the blade. That's the most comfortable way to do it. And your opposite hand, you want to put it in the shape of a C for careful. Okay. You're going to place the C down on the cutting board, and the tip of the blade will be touching the cutting board, and then rocking motion back and forth, because that is easy to do with the curved edge of the blade. We're gonna do some peppers. So you wanna just follow me just real quick. Again, wanna make sure that our fingers tips are tucked in. That was such an easy and beautiful cut. It cuts like butter, guys. And we're just gonna do some clean slices.
Wow, guys, this is truly amazing. These knives are so easy to use.
And if you notice, the food literally just plopped right off the blade. So that's the hammered pattern right there.
Perfect, Dia. So now, why don't we talk about some of the exclusive designs that we offer with our bread knives?
Of course. So the bread knife, the cool thing about it is that it is double serrated. It actually goes towards one direction, and I like to call them little waves because that's what they look like. And then here it actually stops straight down, and then it goes the other way. It actually cuts it one single stroke instead of having to saw into the bread.
Well, yeah, so you ready to start?
Of course,
okay,
yes.
Let's try this.
So again, we want to make sure our hand is in a claw with our fingertips tucked under, and then in one single stroke, you're going to make sure you use enough force, and you're going to cut it straight down. And look how easy.
Wow, you see these guys? This Chef Series Pyrrha Knife bread knife, it's truly amazing. So guys, we're going to show you how to cut a cake, right, Dia?
Yeah, super fun. And I feel like not a lot of people know that you could actually use the bread knife for this too, because it's called the bread knife. So it's like, why would I use it? But cake is a type of bread if you think about it, sweet bread, right?
Okay.
So the double serrated again comes into play here. It does help really well with minimizing the crumbs and cutting the cake really seamlessly and really easy.
Before you actually cut your cake, we're using our cake taker, so make sure you put a cutting board underneath the cake.
That is correct. You want to make sure that you cut always on a cutting board. So here I'm just going to go ahead and cut a slice. See how easy it is, guys? Look how pretty that is.
Okay, Dia, so we've seen our amazing bread knife. So what's next?
So let's go ahead and show them the curved paring knife. And this is a really cool knife because the blade of it is curved. So it's gonna help you peel your fruits very easily. And I actually have an apple here. Can you pass me an apple so I could show them how to peel it? How's your cake?
Before, it's amazing cake. You guys have to try this cake. It's fantastic.
We're actually going to put our thumb on the fruit as far away as you can. And then we're just going to place it lightly on the skin and then start peeling back.
Wow, guys, look at this. This is fantastic. It's really a smooth cut.
It is really easy, and it's definitely super handy, especially because it has the sheath. So it's super handy to have, take it with you on the go in case you need it. I know like kids sometimes too don't really like the skin of certain fruit. So, and not all fruit is edible as well. So it's nice to have this and be able to use it.
If you look at the cut, it's super thin. So you're actually reducing waste while cutting, correct, Dia?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Like there's almost no of the flesh on the peel.
It's time to wrap up, guys. But first, thank you, Dia, for showing us all these amazing tips and tricks on how to use our Chef Series Pyrrha knives. But let's talk a little bit about how to take care of your Chef Series Pyrrha knives. We only recommend you to use plastic or wooden cutting boards to avoid damaging the blade. Only hand wash them, do not place them in the dishwasher, and make sure you dry them before putting it in the block. If you're not placing them in the block, we would recommend you to use the sheaths. Each knife will come with a sheath. So please make sure that you use them while on the go or storing them on a cupboard.
Yes, and speaking of the sheath, it actually has a small little icon here that corresponds to the knife that it goes to. And a nice little tip to place it on the knife is to make sure that the logo for Tupperware on the blade as well as the logo on the sheath is facing you. And then you're gonna go ahead and place it in and keep going until the sheath reaches the bolster. To remove it, the same thing. Always make sure you're grabbing it by the sheath as well.
Wow, Dia, Tupperware has thought about everything.
I hope you guys enjoyed everything that we had to share with you about these Chef Pure knives. Thanks, Luciana, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of fun things, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on these knives. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.